let's review Dragon's Crown for the PS3. Dragon's Crown is a 2D hack-and-slash dungeon looter developed by Vanillaware and published by Atlus in 2013. Vanillaware are known for a stylish hand-drawn environment and sprites, fast-paced and fluid two-dimensional combat, and a side-scrolling RPG approach to storytelling. The art is absolutely gorgeous. Vanillaware's art style is unmistakably recognizable. Not only do the backgrounds and characters look amazing, but even the hand-drawn food looks like a delicious piece of art. You can tell that each object was drawn with great skill and care. It may as well belong to a museum. The amount of art is generous too. When completing each of the 50 optional quests, you'll unlock a full artwork masterpiece depicting aspects of the world. The combat is inspired by old-school side-scrolling beat-em-ups, and involves moving across the linear stage from left to right while trading blows with the enemies until you reach the boss. Two-dimensional beat-em-ups are a dying breed, so this title is an oasis in the desert for beat-em-up fans. Dragon's Crown went as far as having the infamous continue prompt when you run out of lives. If you die, you lose a life, then you respawn again until all your lives are spent, at which point it's time to spend in-game currency in order to continue the game. Just like classic beat-em-ups, you can play almost the entire game with just 2 buttons. The almighty attack button not only performs up to 8 different attacks by combining it with the direction stick, but it also blocks attacks and allows you to run. This single button does almost everything, making it a great choice to mindlessly mash it. When hit by a strong enemy attack, your weapon flies out of your hand and onto the floor where you have to go pick it up. If you continue to mash the attack button without a weapon, you'll be swinging your hand for much less damage and reach. Up to 4 players can play Dragon's Crown locally or online. However, 4-player gameplay is chaotic to the point where you can't tell where your character is. It's even worse if you have multiple characters with the same class. The game tries to help you out by having each character have a different colored circle around their feet. However, this barely helps. I would say that this game's amazing art style works against you, because everything is equally saturated, equally detailed, and equally stunning so that everything on the screen screams at you to look at it. If you had used a simpler style for certain objects, or had less saturation or contrast for background objects, it would be easier to see what is going on. On the bright side, you could name your character Waldo, and you'll get to play Where's Waldo? However, I don't mind the visual clutter. This game is a rare piece of art, so might as well go all the way. Dragon's Crown is much more than a modernized beat-em-up. For its progression, it is a dungeon looter similar to games like Diablo, L's Sword, or Path of Exile. As you progress through the game, you go through 9 different stages with 2 different routes, making a total of 18 different combinations. After the game's credit, you are invited to post-game where you could repeat the same dungeons on hard difficulty, and then finally the same dungeons in ultimate difficulty. The main story took about 10 hours for me to complete. However, I assume it'll take closer to 40 hours to complete the post-game with 1 character. Given that there are 6 classes, I believe you can get over 100 hours of gameplay if you dig deep and challenge yourself. Dragon's Crown is on a league of its own due to its unique blend of amazing art, hack-and-slash mechanics, and 2-dimensional dungeon crawling that can be played entirely offline. If you like the art, love beat-em-ups, and love dungeon crawling, I recommend you to check it out. Even if you don't like any of those things, this game is interesting enough to serve as an entry to the genre. If you want to check out my playthrough, please see the playlist in the description below. Thanks for watching, and happy gaming!